Side, the red cross player from Team Millennium representing Team Baguette here in the SC2ITL, Lilbow. And no side than that, the blue Terran player from AxiomAcer. He is the Team League monster, as I like to call him, because he's just so good in the Team League. Every time he comes out, he doesn't just kill one guy, he doesn't just kill two, he kills everybody. Unless he plays against cats. It's Axiom's hard. Alright guys, so very quick shout out to a few guys who have hit the follow button since we last did a quick shout out. So shout out to Marcos4912, That NUS, and Lefty. So thank you guys for the follows. Glad you're enjoying the show enough to consider coming back again in the future. Again, the plan is to be live pretty much every day from now on for the stream. I know I've said that in the past, but this time it really is starting to happen. I don't have any more lecture. Well, I do have lectures, but I'm not going to go to them. So I'm going to be able to try and find time pretty much every day to stream, whether it's Team League, whether it's Winter Series, whether it's just some ladder stuff or some replay or some viewer replays, stuff like that. We're going to find time, and in general, just looking to go full time with the stream when I finish uni in a couple of months. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So a lot more content coming the way. If you do enjoy the stream, you want to help support me, you can subscribe to the stream, and you get some benefits such as replay packs and some other stuff. You can also donate. Donations right now go directly towards supporting the Team League and to help increasing the prize pool. We're currently trying to raise money to run a third place match in the playoffs. So we're trying to do that right now. So if you want to check out more than that, you can type !subscribe or !donate into the chat, and you will be able to know more about it and get the links to do either of those if you wish to do so. So, Command Center first here from Hard, going to be playing the big greedy opening in this TVP here on Varney. A couple of racks on the way down as well, as we would expect early on. And Lilbow, well, he's going to open with a double gas opening. So second gas very early, and this is going to be aggressive, just as we saw Psionic being earlier. Aggressive off of 2 gas, we saw that early Stargate, the Oracle's coming in, and some very early tech. This time Hard's going to spot this very early on, sees a double gas, sees 5 workers mining in total, and he's going to be a little bit like, what is your follow-up going to be? Because it's not going to be tech immediately here. As you can see, Lilbow is going to be putting down this Nexus in a moment, but it will be a very fast tech after this Nexus comes down. So he's able to put down, now that his Cyber Core is finished, he's going to be able to put down the Stargate or whatever kind of tech he would like to. So we'll see what he wants to go for here. Maybe a Twilight Council, maybe try and go for some Blink play. It is just going to be the Stargate. Puts that down in the main, feels the SCV not going to be able to come in and scout this anymore. And SCV itself will just loop around the back of this mineral line right now. And try and come up this ramp. But we'll get shut down by the Mothership Core, so probably won't be able to do too much. I'm just going to stick around in the natural here for as long as it can. Mothership Core going to start chasing, a little bit risky if that SCV dodges it. Might be able to get the scout off on the Stargate, but no, it's not going to happen. And the Mothership Core catches that, SCV goes down, and that Stargate is very close to finishing now. Back at home, no real surprises from Hard. Double gas is down, he's going to start his tech lab. Going to start just teching up off of these 2 barracks with his stim pack and a factory in the near future as well. There's probably a third barracks as well to get enough units out. And there's our first Oracle now on the way. So, not really too crazy overbuild from Lilbow, just this extra gas so you can get the Stargate down nice and quick and really rush out this Oracle. I'm just going to be moving across the map here in a few moments' time. And we'll be following that across the map when that does happen. Stimpack starts up in an engineering bay as well, so I mean Hard is actually going into this build where he's going to be able to get very early +1, as well as investing into turrets against any kind of Stargate play or DT play. So it's a very powerful build. If he does actually decide to go for +1, I mean he could decide to not go for +1, this wouldn't be that weird. He might decide to put down his factory first as well. I mean, I guess it's not that fast of a +1, it's actually a very standard time +1, 6:30ish. So +1 going to come in though, and it's a very bio-focused opening of course, because it was a CC first. He's just going to have a lot of bio units, no mine drops or anything like that, and this is just going to be a straight up powerful mid-game in terms of bio units from our Terran player, who loses 1 SCV now to this first Oracle, but turret in place in the natural, and the Oracle will just turn away. Doesn't want to take too much damage here, and it will just move out a Marine. Going to be moving out across the map as well, trying to see what's up, see what's going on. And just getting a little bit of information, try and spot for third base coming down perhaps. Yeah, I guess he's not going to run up into the main. There's nothing you can really achieve there, but just going to sit towards the third base and see if anything's going on over there. Another SCV killed by this Oracle, and Going to back off now, taking a little bit of damage there. 2 SC vehicles, and again, just acting as kind of early game map control for our Protoss player who is now attacking up back at home. Lilbow on the way down for himself. Gateway's morphing into gates, and Twilight Council coming down as well. So all of one gate right now. Lilbow just starting to attack up heavily, and going to get himself into a very strong position for the mid game of this PVT. Hart in a pretty good position to go into the mid game himself, though. I mean, again, 3 racks have been producing for quite a while. Starport on the way out for reactors, so we're going to see that kind of 10-minute push with a couple of medevacs moving across the map. +1's going to be finished, Stim will be finished, combat shields will be well on the way. And he's just going to be looking to put on a little bit of pressure with it, and generally just take some map control of his own, because right now Hart has no map control at all apart from this lone marine, which has been left at that third base to keep an eye on things, which he is now moving up into the main to try and see if he can spot anything, and he will perhaps be able to see this Robo Bay. He's depends where he goes. Stim finishes and he gets in, he sees the Robo Bay, so confirms it's going to be Colossus Tech coming out of his opponent. As we see a Stargate producing a Phoenix here, which is interesting. So I wonder if this is just to shut down drops. Now it looks as though it is with where he's sending it. Yeah, okay, so this is just to kind of deflect drops a little bit here. Not too much of an investment, and we'll see if it pays off as the game goes on, I suppose. As for now, Hart just continuing to add on units right now, and his combat shields on the way. The first 2 medevacs coming in, and it's about the time where he does decide to start moving out onto the map. But realistically, with a solid defense, Lilbow shouldn't take any damage from this. With his he sees it moving across with the Observer, so he knows now's the time to move in with the Oracle. Doesn't drop a Revelation or anything, but he will drop down a he will come in and get a couple of SCVs. But he knows this attack is coming, so he's got an opportunity to prepare. The Phoenix will give him a bit of an idea about any drops coming in from this very far right hand side, so he just has to kind of stay very central with this army, and if he does that, he should have no real issue against this right now. As where can he really drop, which the army doesn't cover? I mean, he can't really drop in the main. I guess right over here he maybe could. I guess he could maybe drop here, but the Mothership Core coming into position now as well for that photon overcharge. And is he just going to try and run straight up this ramp? He might. He actually does start to go for it, but the second Colossus comes out, but his units, they were just not quite in position, and the first Colossus is going to go down very quickly. The second one as well, Time Warp coming down very late now, and Hard actually picks up and gets out of there, but I wonder if he could have just stayed on fighting, because this army for the Protoss player is not very strong at all without Colossi, and just loses 2 of them straight up now, as this Phoenix is going to try and chase these medevacs back a little bit, try and force them to drop off these units. Blink about to finish up, and that just went very badly for Lilbow. I think his Colossus was a bit out of position, so he didn't get a couple of shots when these units started to come up, and the Oracle not really doing its job of keeping track of that army. If he knew where that army was, the Mothership Core could have been a little bit closer to drop that Time Warp. Instead, he was just very spread out, and if he had, because he opened with the Oracle, he doesn't have many observers, so again, it's really the Oracle's job to keep a track of this army and where exactly it is and where he has to be defending from. So, we've got a few units coming in towards this right-hand watchtower. Some more units coming forwards here, and see a Revelation coming down, so finally this Oracle being a little bit useful, attacking a couple of these medevacs. And these units are just going to be left forward, so if we check the vision of a little bit, you can see he actually sees these few units which are moving forwards and a few on the tower, but he doesn't see the rest of them, so Hard playing very well against this, very smartly, just not revealing his entire army location. And still an observer back here which does see that third base, and that will be forcing Lilbow into a third base of his own right now. Back up to 2 Colossi and third on the way. Of course, would have always been nicer if he didn't lose those initial ones. Upgrades really far ahead for Hart, though. I just noticed that 2-2's already on the way for him, and the +1 attack is just on for Lilbow. So this is really kind of tough spot for him right now. It's really not the sort of position he'd like to be in. I'm pretty sure he would much rather prefer to be kind of even on upgrades, if not ahead. Generally, that is what happens with Protoss players. But I guess he teched quite hard into the Twilight Council early, etc. So he didn't have his forge up super early, as this Phoenix is not quite going to spot these medevacs. That means they're going to sneak on by in towards this natural expansion where, okay, there's quite a lot of defense. 3 cannons, 3 zealots, and a Mothership Core already in position. Hart backing up off with the rest of his army as well right now, and just going to be falling back home. Probably waiting for 2-2 before he moves out again. I mean, it's within a minute of finishing now, so by the time it does finish, it's actually, yeah, okay, so within a minute of finishing, so by the time it finishes, he's going to have a little bit more army, time to move out again and then test the waters, see if he can get any damage done, but we shall see. So, just sitting on the right hand side of a few units, Observer going to follow this army across the map as he does begin to move forwards here. Hart looking for the opportunity to try and attack into this. And Oracle just going to continue flying around. He does see... Well, he did know where that army was, but the Observer now being taken down comes in, gets that revelation. Is the Observer still here? I can't actually see it. I don't think it is. No, it is. It's right there, right? Man, these things are hard to spot. So he knows where the army is. Revelation will help a little bit, but drop into the natural now. Phone overcharge used immediately. And again, Hart just pressuring a little bit as Blink Stalker's in the middle of the map, trying to pick off a Medevac or Viking or whatever he can find, really. But isn't quite able to get anything here before forced to blink away. As Hart just unloads his double drop here and will start moving forwards. And maybe put a little bit of pressure in here. He scans the third base, though, sees the entire army isn't on the map, so there's not much for him to achieve by really attacking with that. And, you know, these Stalkers are going to blink back. Are these the boys? Yes, they are. Wow, okay, so here we go. Hart, he's going to attack. He's going to pull the boys and see what kind of damage he can do. As these Vikings are going to be... there's a lot of Vikings, man. That's like 16 Vikings or so. In fact, it's exactly 16. So 16 Vikings, a lot of Colossi. It's going to come down to control, and we see some pounds being added on here. Lilbow, let's see how this goes. Pulling probes into this as well. The Colossi starting to take a lot of damage. The Vikings are just immediately fighting into this. There's a lot of sentries under this, which aren't really helping. They've got Guardian Shields up, but no Force Fields used until just now. But Lilbow has just lost so much. That 2-2 upgrade on the Terran army is just so powerful, and he's just going to take down absolutely everything here. No problem at all. And AxiomAcer, proving once again that they are one of the top teams in this competition. Baguette, you have been destroying a lot of teams this season. Don't get destroyed. They put up a good fight, and a lot of the games were very close. But they will get taken down as Hart. Now, 50 supply up. I mean, surely there's no way he can lose this game from here. The Viking count still high. That Colossus falls quickly. The Vikings will now land. Add a little bit of extra DPS, a little bit of tankiness. As Bilbo will try and blink away, but the GG is called. And that is it. 4-2.